Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Gettings and welcome to another Free Your Mind Friday. I'm happy that you're joining me this week. I want to continue on in our discussion about emotional wellness and well-being. I am a double board certified child and adolescent and adult psychiatrist. I work with people every day on how to improve their health. And one of the areas of health that is oftentimes overlooked and not discussed is the health of the brain. The brain is a very important organ. It's on all the time. It does so much within the body, and many of us are not educated as to how it functions and also how it operates in conjunction with other organ systems. So given that September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, I want to talk a little bit about our emotional health. A lot of people that I work with every day that struggle with depression and anxiety, a lot of times are missing what I call a very important foundation when it comes to emotions. And that foundation is being able to embody and experience happiness and joy on a regular basis. And one of the practices that is very important in our day-to-day living that allows us to experience those healthy emotions is the practice of love. And not only loving other people, but first and foremost, loving ourselves. So I've talked to the public in the past about growing up in a home with child abuse and domestic violence. And I will be writing a book that is going to walk you through my journey of healing and growing up in a household where there wasn't very much love. I've had to learn myself how to practice more love, not only in relationships, but also self-love. So the one important thing to realize is the most important relationship that we all can have is a relationship that we have with ourselves. If you're not loving yourself on a daily basis, that is the classic setup for falling into episodes of depression and ultimately, in some unfortunate cases, becoming a victim of suicide. One of the things that we don't talk about often, or you may not hear about often in the media, is how frequently suicide occurs in this country. Suicide happens more often than homicide. There are a lot of people in our world that have not been raised in an environment that is loving and supportive, and so oftentimes they go into adulthood struggling with being able to love themselves. Self-love is key to just about everything. When we love ourselves, we are not in a position to be insecure. We are not in a position to compare to other people, to impose upon ourselves these hierarchy systems with who is better, who looks better, who's smarter, who acts better. Those types of comparisons kill the spirit, and they are very, very toxic to our emotional health. Now, granted, we live in a very competitive society, and so it's virtually impossible to get away from situations and environments where we're all being compared against one another, but you don't want to completely embody that frame of thinking in your day-to-day. So what I want to encourage people to do is to acknowledge the things about yourself that you love. Acknowledge the things about yourself that you're passionate about. Acknowledge your gifts and be proud of them. Individualism is a beautiful thing. We don't have to be in a mental state on a regular basis where we are comparing and contrasting and trying to outdo the next person. Those types of behaviors lend themselves to very toxic emotions. And the emotions that I'm talking about are the emotions of jealousy and envy. It is very important that you stay away from those emotions. You know why? Because those emotions, once our body starts to give in to those emotions, we start to release lots of different chemicals that are very unhealthy. Now, I talked in my last video about unhealthy emotions and how it affects different systems in the body. See, your brain is closely linked to your gastrointestinal system, it's closely linked to your endocrine system, which is the hormone system, and every time we experience an emotional state, we are actually creating a chemical reaction within us. And so it is very unhealthy to live in a state of jealousy, envy, and the worst, self-hate. Self-hate tears you down. Self-hate puts you in a position where you can have no hope, where you see no future, and where you are unable to enjoy life for what it is. So I'm here to encourage everyone. If you know deep down that you are struggling with insecurities, jealousy, envy, if you know that you are unable to love on yourself, to be proud of yourself, to know your self-worth, consider seeking therapy. Consider seeing a professional like myself. I offer consultations online on a regular basis for anyone that has questions about brain functioning, emotional intelligence, how to practice daily lifestyle activities that will help boost healthy emotional functioning. That's what I do. That's what I can help you with. Please make sure that you share this message with others. It makes no sense for you to sign up to a unbearable existence when you can work through all of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the trauma that you may have endured that has led to you not knowing your true worth. That is one of the worst states any of us can exist in. And when we do embrace our worth and we understand our value, that's when we start to truly live. That's when we truly start to preserve our health. People are dying at record rates in this country, not only from self-inflicted wounds or suicide, but also from other diseases like cardiovascular diseases. That's the #1 killer in America, right? There's a reason why love carries the heart symbol, right? Because it is guaranteed to preserve your health. When you practice in love and you love on yourself and you love on other people, you don't have any room for jealousy, envy, and hate. And there are so many individuals that I'm going to tag in this video that are a part of this movement, a part of a self-love movement. We need to get rid of the comparison, the shaming, the blaming, and all of those other negative behaviors that put us in a situation where we're not able to flourish. Okay? I'm Dr. Natasha Gettings. Please do go watch more videos on clarionconscious.com, on my YouTube channel. There's a ton of information there that you can utilize. But the one message that I really want to get across is that no one should feel ashamed for having to reach out and speak to someone about their emotional wellness. I am tired of seeing the statistics of suicide rise in this country, knowing that it's because we are all not taught and we're not educated about how our emotional health affects us in the long run. We have to learn how to take care of us, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is no reason why you should label yourself or make yourself out to feel as though you are lesser than because you're working on self-improvement. That is a great thing. So please do follow me on social media, Natasha T. Gettings, MD. Please do visit my website, clarionconscious.com. Learn more about your emotional health. Learn more about your 12 biological systems and how they all work together. And as always, be well.